How does your school really approach integrating or infusing social emotional learning into the self-assessment, peer assessment, or reflective process?
Well, we're quite intentional, honestly, and we use one of the tools that we use is the mood meter. And we're asking students how they feel not only every morning. And yes, we have a space for that, but it isn't only about like one moment in time. And what we've been working on a lot together is really making sure nothing lives in a silo. When students are in that learning pit and thinking about where am I in my learning and where am I going to next, and those questions that we want students to own and have the answers to, when teachers recognize that students are struggling and productive struggle, well, sometimes that might not feel very good for the children, for the students. So we've made it part of our practice, whether it's reading, writing, math, science, anything you can say. If we see children struggling or having a life moment, thinking about maybe I just don't want to do this right now, maybe I want to swing from the chandelier, maybe I just want to turn the whole thing off, we actually stop right there in the moment and ask them, how are you feeling? And students are able to tell you how they're feeling, and teachers, through more strategic, open-ended questions, try to bring students back so that they can continue with whatever it is before them. Now, the beautiful part and the most interesting part is sometimes you ask questions and you get answers that you weren't necessarily anticipating. One child, for example, Dana, one of our third grade students, we were asking her, how is she feeling as she was talking us through her learning, just a regular think aloud. And she noticed that it was frustrating. And she said, it's like a puzzle piece. And sometimes you have to jam the puzzle piece in there. And when we asked her to use her mood meter about how she was feeling, she told us that she loved it. And so that we weren't anticipating the love it, but the reason why she loved it is because she loved puzzles. And because she loved to try to make things work, and she knew that her teachers cared about her and she cared about her teachers. So she really wanted to make sure that she was doing the right thing. And in terms of amplifying student voice, I have to really recognize and make the connection to the power of student voice in schools and getting to know our students well. It was nice to be surprised, and it was even nice to know that Dana wasn't choosing or thinking about choosing to not continue with her work. But we now know that Dana likes puzzles. Dana is also a super smart student in our learning community. So now, because we asked her the question and we listened to her, we can further engage her in whatever it is that she's learning. And maybe it's about puzzles. I think the point is that we asked, and that's how we know.